As the Real Housewives of Orange County Season 19 reaches its midpoint, Bravo has released a still-to-come sneak peek that lays out a roadmap for the drama, conflict, and personal revelations that will shape the rest of the season. The preview is designed to remind viewers that while the first half of the season has already delivered plenty of arguments, shifting alliances, and emotional honesty, the best, or perhaps the messiest, is still ahead. With long-standing friendships under strain, new relationships being tested, and an international trip looming, the second half of the season promises to be both emotional and explosive. The sneak peek immediately grounds itself in the reality that trust is one of the most fragile aspects of life in this group. Heather Dubrow, who often carries herself with an air of polish and composure, reveals in a candid moment that she is dealing with real trust issues when it comes to her relationship with Tamra Judge. For years, Heather and Tamra have navigated a friendship that has blended genuine affection with sharp disagreements. In this new chapter, Heather appears to be questioning whether Tamra's loyalty is as strong as she needs it to be. Trust issues in this environment are rarely simple, they ripple through the entire group. Once a wedge begins to form between two central women, it is almost inevitable that the others will be pulled into the conflict, whether they want to or not. Heather's admission carries extra weight because she has been portrayed as someone who values control and stability. Her carefully constructed image is part of her brand, and she has historically resisted letting her vulnerabilities show. For her to acknowledge trust issues, especially with someone as outspoken and unpredictable as Tamra, signals that the conflict is not minor. It may very well redefine their friendship moving forward. The sneak peek does not reveal the exact cause of Heather's doubts, but viewers can infer that tensions will build as Tamra continues to assert herself in group settings. Heather, who prefers subtlety and sophistication, may struggle with Tamra's louder and more confrontational style. Meanwhile, another storyline takes shape through Jenn Pedranti, who is confronting doubts about her upcoming nuptials. Jenn's entry into the group has already been marked by scrutiny, as her relationship has often been the subject of speculation and whispered opinions from the other women. Marriage is supposed to be a celebratory step, but for Jenn, it seems to come with a cloud of uncertainty. In the sneak peek, she openly questions whether her path toward marriage is truly the right one. The willingness to vocalize those doubts suggests that she is not only wrestling with private concerns but also bracing herself for the opinions of her castmates, who rarely hold back their judgments. Jenn's storyline adds a layer of vulnerability to the second half of the season. While trust issues and feuds dominate much of the group's energy, her doubts about marriage tap into something more personal. They highlight the reality that being in this social circle does not just expose a woman's friendships but also places her most intimate relationships under a microscope. For Jenn, who is still cementing her role on the show, navigating these doubts in front of cameras and in conversations with outspoken women like Tamra and Heather will not be easy. The sneak peek also teases a major revival of one of the franchise's most notorious rivalries, Tamra Judge versus Gretchen Rossi. The history between these two women is filled with animosity, and even though Gretchen has not always been front and center in recent years, her return brings with it a flood of unresolved tension. The footage hints that their feud reignites quickly, with sharp words and emotional outbursts that remind viewers of their volatile history. For longtime fans, this clash is both familiar and fresh. Familiar because Tamra and Gretchen have never truly been able to find lasting peace, and fresh because enough time has passed for both women to have evolved, yet their dynamic still sparks instant conflict. This rekindled feud is not just about personal dislike, it represents the broader theme of how past conflicts haunt the women of Orange County. Even as new issues emerge, the shadows of old battles remain. When Tamra and Gretchen clash, the group is forced to choose sides or at least respond to the fallout. For women like Heather, Gina, Emily, and Jenn, the Tamra-Gretchen dynamic becomes yet another challenge to navigate in maintaining their own friendships. The highlight of the sneak peek, however, is the tease of the group's trip to Amsterdam. International trips are a hallmark of the Housewives franchise, and they almost always deliver high-stakes drama. The preview shows glimpses of the women traveling abroad together, enjoying the scenic backdrop, but also suggests that the trip will not be free of conflict. The question posed in the sneak peek, will they come back the same? Is rhetorical. Fans know the answer is almost certainly no. Trips of this magnitude tend to escalate everything, emotions run high, alcohol flows freely, and the women are placed in situations where they cannot easily retreat to the comfort of their own homes. Amsterdam, with its culture, nightlife, and opportunities for both fun and mischief, becomes the perfect setting for both bonding and fracturing. On one hand, the women have a chance to let loose and enjoy shared experiences that could strengthen friendships. On the other, the stress of constant togetherness, unresolved tensions, and the presence of long-standing rivalries almost guarantee blow-ups. Shannon Beater, Gina, and Emily are all women who tend to react strongly in group travel situations, which means the Amsterdam trip will likely deliver the kind of unforgettable moments Bravo fans expect. This still-to-come sneak peek is effective because it combines personal vulnerability, interpersonal conflict, and high-stakes group dynamics. Heather's trust issues with Tamra highlight the fragile foundation of their friendship. Jen's doubts about her marriage remind viewers that personal lives are always fair game for scrutiny. Tamra and Gretchen's feud injects energy and chaos, bringing an old storyline back into the spotlight. And the Amsterdam trip promises to be the kind of dramatic getaway that defines a season. By packaging all of these threads into a single preview, Bravo ensures that viewers remain hooked. The message is clear: the drama so far was just the beginning, and the second half of the season will push every relationship to its limit. Whether the women return from Amsterdam more united or more divided, one thing is certain: the journey will be anything but smooth.